recording available to those that do not attend. Actually, I've been doing some training since January. I've been doing some training since January, and this is a continuation of part of the trainings I've been doing. Okay, I've been doing some free training. So we have a YouTube channel where we share videos for everyone to learn and reference for anyone who misses, a live class. Okay, welcome, Daniel.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just be going over it, and anything you guys don't understand, you can let me know. This is just a brief introduction. We'll be doing much today, and that's it.
Daniel, your video is on.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it off. How do I do that? Sorry.
Just click on the icon.
Okay, okay, okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I've done that.
All right, perfect. Okay, I'm presenting this from Canva, so let me just go over it again. Okay, so guys, like what I was saying, as I was saying earlier on, this is a course to teach you guys how to build websites without writing a single line of code. Okay, so if you're just joining us, I was just telling them, my name is Clement Indiuk. I'm a web and app developer, and you're welcome to consult me anytime in case you don't understand anything in this presentation. So we're just going to be talking about a brief introduction of what we're doing over the next 1 month. Okay, so we'll be starting now. So what is no code web development? Okay, so to be a web developer in time past, you just need to be a programmer. You need to know programming languages. You need to know how to code. You need to know how to use logic. You need to know how to do a lot of stuff, okay, related to computer science. But in recent times, some advanced technologies have been developed to ensure uh, we can build websites without writing a single line of code. Okay, so here in this first slide, we can say no code development lets you build website and web applications without needing to know how to code. Okay, so here is a graphical example of one of the tools you can use to build website without coding. Okay, this tool is called Elementor, okay, by WordPress. Okay, so I've chosen WordPress because it's very much accessible to everyone in the internet, and also it's very much accessible to beginner friendly. You can use it and build basically almost anything. Okay, so this is one of the tools, but it's not only WordPress you can use to build without coding. Okay, there are other similar platforms you can use without coding, and I'll just be going into that, okay, briefly, but we will be using WordPress for this training. Okay, so comparing code and non-code web development. Okay, so traditionally these are like the requirements you need to know, or requirements for building website with codes. Okay, so one of the requirements here with coding traditionally to build websites, it requires a vast number or a vast knowledge of programming language. Okay, so what's a programming language? A programming language is simply a computer language. Okay, so we have programming language like JavaScript, we have programming language like PHP, we have programming language like Java, Python, and the rest of them. And so most of you here have heard of programming languages like this. So building website with codes require you to know or have a vast knowledge of at least one programming language, or in some cases more than one programming language. Okay, so in the opposite here, non-code does not require you, okay, to know any programming language. Okay, programming languages can take a lot of time to learn, but in this training, using non-code platforms to build websites, you don't need to know anything at all, or even if you want to know, you just need to know a little about programming language. So it does not require any form of logic, does not require any form of knowing how to code whatsoever. Okay, so now the second point here is that knowledge of coding is required. Like I've already mentioned, the first point, knowledge of coding is required, and in the contrary here, no knowledge of coding is required. Okay, no knowledge at all. You'll be able to build a website perfectly without knowing how to code. Okay, so the third point here is that coding it amounts to a slower development speed. Okay, what does this mean? The time it require you here to build websites, you'll be able to do it faster here. I'll just be going briefly into coding and non-coding, okay, in the practical sense at the end of this slide. Okay, so it requires or it the speed here is slower when it comes to coding, and this is faster as it does not require coding. Okay, you just need to use a drag and drop. If you're familiar with Canva, it's almost the same thing, though not particularly the same. So the fourth point here is that coding requires building website with coding, it takes a longer time. Okay, the time you'll be writing 2,000 lines of code, 500 lines of code, 100 lines of code, the time it takes to learn, it takes a longer time to learn. Okay, it can take you months, or in some instances can even take you years, okay, to learn how to code and be able to build websites with coding. Okay, so in the contrary here, in non-code, it can be learned under a very very short time. Okay, so the last point here is that coding is fully customizable. Okay, customizable, what does this mean? With coding you can simply do anything. Okay, you can build basically anything. Okay, but in non-code aspect here, you're limited to the inbuilt features. Okay, so if for example you're using a non-coding platform that is limited to maybe creating 20 pages of website, I'm just giving an example. Okay, you'll be limited to what? Just 20 pages of website. Okay, are you guys following?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'll be going to the next thing, which is examples of non-coding website platforms. Okay, so there are a whole lot of non-coding website platforms, okay, out there. Okay, there are over there are thousands, if not millions, of non coding platforms out there. Okay, number one, we have Webflow. Number two, we have Squarespace. Number three, we have Wix. Number four, we have Adalo. Number five, we have AppGraver. Number six, we have Bubble. Number seven, we have WeWeb. Number eight, we have Elementor, which is WordPress. Okay, this is just a page builder. Okay. Number nine, we have Shopify. And number 10, we have Duda. Okay, so these are all non-coding platforms. Okay, you can use to build websites, or in some cases you can even use to build mobile apps. Okay, so the world has advanced to the extent where you can build mobile apps, you can build games, you can build websites without having to know how to code. Okay, so some popular websites built with no code. Okay, so these are some popular websites built with no code. One of the website here is TED Blog. Okay, so if you have heard of TED Talk, okay, this is TED Blog. Okay, and I've already opened it here. This is it. Okay, so this website was built without writing a single line of code. You can see how beautiful it is. You can see how organized the interface is. Okay, so if you've heard of TED Talks, they post some inspirational talks, or they post some valuable talks by different people, religious leaders, political leaders. So this is a very, very popular blog in America. We'll go to the next one. Here we have Microsoft News. Okay, we have Microsoft News. This is it, Microsoft News. I believe we all know Microsoft. Okay, the manufacturers of Windows. Microsoft is owned by Bill Gates, one of the richest people in the world. So this website was built without writing a single line of code. Particularly, it was built with WordPress. Okay, this website was built with WordPress. All right, so we have the next one here, Snoop Dogg. Okay, we all know Snoop Dogg. Is a very popular musician in the world, from the United States. Okay, so this is website. It was also built with no code. Okay, it was built without writing a single line of code. Okay, so this is Snoop Dogg, and you can see his website. Okay, so this is not just formulated by me. If were to inspect this website as a professional, if I were to inspect this website, I can check the language, or possibly the software that was used to create, or the programming language that was used. So we have WP here, which simply means WordPress. Okay, I know you guys might not understand anything here, but that's one of the ways we can check websites that were built with a particular AI tool, or a particular programming language, thereabout. Okay, so we have the last one, which is PlayStation. PlayStation blog. I believe we all know PlayStation, PS5, PS4, PS3. Okay, so PlayStation blog. So this is another popular website that was built without writing a single line of code. Okay, particularly this website was built with WordPress. Okay, which is the tool we're going to be using, the content management tool we're going to be using. Okay, so we can see how beautiful it also looks, and even on the responsive design, which is a mobile view, it also looks very beautiful. Okay, so you can see. So non-code tool or non-coding platforms have become very, 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 very popular. Okay, in recent times. Okay, so it's very wise, and it is very, very reasonable if you learn how to build websites without writing a single line of code. And this course is completely free. Okay, this course is completely free. So let's continue. Okay, what are some popular misconceptions about non-code development? Okay, so there are some misconceptions about no-code development, especially by traditional programmers who want to show themselves. Okay, people that know JavaScript, people that know Python, people that know PHP. Okay, so I happen to do both. Okay, in fact, I came from learning being very good in JavaScript and PHP, okay, into learning WordPress and into learning Flutterflow, which is one of the platforms I use to build apps without coding. So what are some of the most popular misconceptions? Okay, we have no code developers aren't real developers. This is a lie. Okay, no code developers are real developers, but these are developers that build without writing a single line of code. Okay, and some companies even employ non-code developers, or even if you don't want to work for a company, you can choose to be a freelancer, or you can choose to own your firm or your agency like me. You can choose to do anything you want. Okay, so no code developers are real developers. Okay, I've just showed you a few websites out there and you see how beautiful they look. Okay, these were built by no code developers, or in some cases versatile developers that still know how to code. Okay, so the second one, or the second misconception here, is that it is only for simple project. This is also a lie. Okay, coming from a traditional point of view, I've built basically any kind of website with WordPress. I've built website that looks like Facebook, or that have functionalities like Facebook. I've built blog website, I've built crypto website. You can basically build any kind of website, okay, with non-code tool or non-code platforms. Okay, what's the third misconception here? All non-code platforms are the same. This is also not true. Okay, so I've used a number of non-code platforms, though they have some similarities, which is the drag and drop. Okay, the drag and drop. I'll just be doing a small example at the end of this presentation, or at the end of this slide. Okay, but all non-code platforms have their differences. Not all is drag and drop. Okay, I know you guys might not really understand what I mean by drag and drop, but I'll be giving an example here at the end, like I've mentioned at the end of this presentation. Okay, so all non-code platforms are not the same, and some have a very significant differences. Okay, so another thing you need to know is that all non-code platforms are written in a particular programming language. Okay, but you don't necessarily need to know that programming language. Okay, so like the one we're going to be using, WordPress, is written in PHP. Okay, but it's not required for you to know PHP. Okay, although it's still advisable to learn the basics of PHP or learn the basics of HTML or CSS, but it's not very necessary. Okay, what's the last misconception here? It's limited to web development. This is also not true. Okay, so not code development is not limited to just web development. You can use it and build apps. I've built a number of apps with non-code too, and also you can use it and build video games. There's a platform known as Unity Game Engine. You can use it and build video games and publish it to Play Store or to Apple Store. Okay, so we have some good news, like I've already mentioned. In case you fall into, or in case maybe during the course of your learning you come across developers that tell you this kind of thing, or even worse than this, or tell you to even quit. So there's good news. So the first good news is that not code platforms can be used to build almost anything, like I've already mentioned. Okay, you can use them build basically anything. Okay, crypto website, airline website, church website, e-commerce website, basically anything. Okay, what's the second good news here? It's suitable for people who do not like coding but still want to learn web development. So if you like web development, or you like the idea of earning through remote jobs, or have a very good hobby, or just really interested, okay, so you can still learn how to build website or how to build apps without writing a single line of code. Okay, so it's still very possible. All right, it's still very possible. Not everybody likes coding, and coding can be very difficult, or can take a longer time to learn. Okay, so what the third good news here? There are no code developers who are actively employed by companies. Okay, so we have Shopify, which is also a non-code platform. Okay, they employ developers to handle certain things in their system. We also have Amazon here. Okay, they employ non-code developers to handle certain things in their system. Okay, so the fourth one here is that like I earlier mentioned, you are not just limited to web development. There are also no-code platforms you can use to build mobile apps or games, or etc. Okay, other things like machine learning or the rest of them. Okay, so I've built some mobile apps with non-code platforms, with a non-code platform known as Flutterflow. Okay, so we're not going into that, we're just going into websites at this point. Okay, there you can also use no-code platforms to build games. Okay, there's a platform known as Unity Game Engine. Okay, you can use it and build mobile games. Okay, so how does not code web development work? Okay, like I earlier mentioned, most no code platforms use drag and drop. Okay, but we'll be focusing on WordPress. Okay, fortunately WordPress also uses uh, no code drag and drop. Okay, so why did I choose WordPress? Okay, WordPress is what, very user friendly, very beginner friendly. Okay, and also very easy to learn. Two, it offers flexibility and versatility. Okay, basically you can use it and build anything. Okay, like I earlier mentioned. The third one is that it has a large community and support. Okay, what does this mean? In case anything goes wrong or you can't figure out certain things, and let's say you're alone, you finish your training or you're doing your training, you can search for certain answers online. Okay, you can search for certain answers online. Okay, and you can get support from the WordPress community by other developers. Okay, so what's the fourth one? WordPress powers 43% of all websites on the internet. You can imagine a non-code platform covers 43% of website on the internet, which is around 470 million websites worldwide. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I've chosen WordPress. It's very, very popular, easy to learn, and very versatile. Okay, the fifth one here is that it's SEO friendly. Okay, what is SEO? SEO is simply search engine optimization. So you might have an instance where you're searching for something online, okay, without having to search for a particular website name. Okay, so take an example here. I just search for things like web. Let me see. I search for something like churches in Lagos. Okay, churches in Lagos. Now, if you notice, I've not typed any URL like this ted.blog.ted.com. Okay, but some churches are gonna appear. Okay, some churches are gonna appear. So we have let me see the first church. Okay, so we have one church here. We have City Church Lagos. Okay, City Church Lagos. So this is called SEO. Okay, so this website has been optimized to include this keyword. So if people search for churches in Lagos, they have optimized their website for them to appear on the first page of Google, or for them to appear on Google. Okay, sorry. Are you guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right,
Yeah,
perfect.
go ahead.
Perfect. All right, so let's continue. Uh, we're almost rounding up. I'll just be giving a brief example here, and during the week would start proper. Okay. Okay, so what's the fifth or sixth one here? It's mobile responsive. Okay, so what does this mean? It's mobile responsive. It's responsive to mobile. So if you're building, when we get into building, this will make more sense. Okay, so if you're building on the desktop version, automatically it it's mobile responsive to the mobile version. Okay, it adjusts or it adjusts padding, margin, and all that. So we'll be going into that. I know most of you might not understand the process of being mobile responsive. Okay, so it has e-commerce capabilities. What does e-commerce capabilities mean? You're able to buy and sell. You're able to build websites that buy and sell. Okay, like Jumia or any personal website, or food delivery website and all that. So the last one here, it's cost effective. Okay, what does it mean? It is cheaper to build with WordPress than most no-code platforms out there. It's basically free. Okay, I'll be showing you guys how to build through the free method, and showing you guys how to build through the paid method. Okay, the advantages and the disadvantages of each method. Okay, so what are you gonna learn in this course? Okay, I've put up a certain outline. Okay, I've been building with WordPress for over 4 years now, and I've also been building with coding for over the same amount of time. Okay, so I've put up a guide that we can use to cover the most significant part of learning how to build with without writing a single line of code using WordPress. So we have introduction to no code development, which is the first thing we are doing right now, and we'll have a couple of other videos this week and over the course of the next month. So we have introduction to WordPress stream, themes installation, posts versus pages, plugins, how to use WordPress, page builder, navigation and menu, user roles and management, building a website with Elementor, which is one of the page builders of WordPress. This will be our first project. Security, in case somebody is trying to hack into our website, or in case somebody is trying to log into our website, would have some security that would alert us, some security plugins that will alert us, backup and migration in case you want to migrate your website to another host or server. We have SEO, we have important plugins, we have e-commerce plugins, which will be our second project, e-commerce website, and we have other useful resources that I've not mentioned here. Okay, so this is exactly what we're going to be learning over the course of the next 1 month. So who can take this course? I know some people think to build a website you need to be a computer geek, you need to be good with mathematics, but also that's not true. So anybody from any background, okay, whether you're coming from psychology, whether you're coming from linguistic, whether you're coming from computer science, whether you're coming from accounting, whether you're coming from business, any kind of field, any kind of background, even if you have not gone to school, whether you're in JS3, SS2, it doesn't matter. Anybody from any background can take this course. So there's no computer science or science degree needed. You just need to have a little knowledge of computers. At least you can operate the mouse, you can operate the keyboards, no matter the age you are, even if you're 90, even if you're 10. Okay, so no programming experience needed. So what you will learn at the end of this course, you learn how to build website without writing a single line of code. Like I've already mentioned, you would also learn how to buy domain and hosting for website. Okay, what is domain? Domain is simply the name of the website. Okay, so I've given an example here, blog.ted.com. This is the domain. Okay, this is the domain. All right, this is also the domain. This is also the domain. Snowblog.com is the domain name. Okay, domain is simply the name of the website. Okay, so you will learn how to create a logistics website. This will be our first project. You learn how to create an e-commerce website. This will be our second project, and many more that I can't mention here. Okay, so over the course of this class or this course, we're going to be learning a lot of things. So that's it for the introduction to non-code web development. I'll just be showing you guys a little example of how it works, and during the week I'll be posting some other videos for you guys to watch and learn from it. So let's just head on to the browser. I'll be showing you guys the practical difference. Okay, it doesn't matter if you don't understand what I'm going to be doing. but it's going to make a lot of sense a lot later. It will be very good if I show you guys two although we are building with no code. I just want to show you guys the difference. Okay, so here I have a tool known as VS Code. Okay, this is what I use to build some of my website with coding. Okay, so if I were to add a heading, let's say I just want to add a heading, a particular heading, I'll just use what we call the H1. And I can say something like welcome to no code development H1. Okay, so traditionally this is how we'll build websites. Okay, so if I were to save this and head on to a browser here, are you guys following?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So traditionally this is how we build. Okay, I just want to show you guys the difference and how easy it is. Okay, how easy it is. So this is how we build. I know most of you know HTML and all that, so this is how we build. Welcome to no code development. H1 is like the biggest heading in coding. Okay, how to create headings for a website. Okay, so I've said welcome to what? No code development. All right, so that's how we build with coding. Okay, now I want to show you guys the drag and drop I was talking about. All right, so the drag and drop, I've just opened one of my projects here, one of my sample projects here, and I've just emptied everything in the project. So we'll just wait for it to open up. This is hosted on the server, and this is hosted using non-code platform WordPress. Okay, on WordPress. So let me refresh this and I'll show you guys a simple drag and drop in the first page of the presentation here. Okay, so you don't need to know anything related to coding here to know how to build websites. So it's just going to be a very simple process. Okay, drag and drop. So let's hold on. Okay, are you guys still with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll just be showing you guys how to use the non-code platform. Okay, I just have a sample page here and I'll be doing the exact same thing I did here. All right, so this is one of the page builders known as Elementor. All right, and from the back end I've come to the front end to add the exact same thing I added here. Welcome to non-code development. So okay, now so this is the drag and drop. Okay, everything here are different widgets, what we call widgets. Okay, widgets are simply reusable components, okay, in WordPress. Okay, so don't worry if you don't understand anything here. I just want to show you guys a simple difference. All right, so the exact same thing I did here, I come here and I add a heading. All right, so you see what I did? I simply dragged and dropped it. All right, I simply dragged and dropped it, and I'll be adding the same thing. Welcome to no code or non-code development. Let me just change the color here to match the one we did. All right, so this is also hosted. So if I were to view this page, we can see the exact same thing. All right, let me just adjust the margin. Oh, sorry, make it a full width. So we can see the exact same thing right here. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to code. All right, you see what I just did? I didn't add any code. I just dragged and drop. Okay, this is a second heading. I want to add a text. I simply drag and drop. I want to add an image. I simply drag and drop. Okay, I want to add a button. Okay, I simply drag and drop. All right, I want to add a video from YouTube or any other source. I simply drag and drop. Okay, so it's faster to build websites like this, and maybe in the next video I'll be showing you guys a step-by-step process on how to go about this, because you need to really understand this. You need to understand how to position, you know, this element. You need to understand how to position this widget, okay, so that your website will not just look you know, random. It's not just look ugly. All right, so guys, that's it for the introduction to non-code web development. If you have any question, you can, you know, table it here. If you have any question, you can table it here. Any question?
Some people have been raising their hands since.
Oh, okay. All right, any question?
No, I don't think I have any question now, Sha.
All right,
No question from me.
okay, no question. All right, so
It's all right. There's no question.
okay, no problem. I hope you guys follow up to the end, and I hope one way or the other you know get to learn a lot from this. So the videos will always be there. Here's how I'm going to structure the course. Like I said, this is like the second course I'm doing this year. The first one was building websites with you know, coding. So this one is building website without coding. So we have a YouTube channel, a dedicated YouTube channel just for this course. Okay, so the videos will always be there, and I might not have time to have live classes like this all the time. So we would have about maybe 4 to 5 live classes over the next 1 month, but there will be some videos I'll be posting every week. Okay, so you are able to complete you know, the course, you know, outline. All right, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. I'll be ending this presentation here. If you need anything, you can always message me. I'm always available.